Welcome back to the No Morning Show on TTT. Remember, we are also live on Talk City 91.1 FM and on Facebook at TTT Live Online. We are going to talk about the Plaza San Carlos Heritage District. What is that all about? It's a partnership between the US and ICMOS. And I have with me Ms. Stephanie Brisita, who is a USA intern. And we have, I want to pronounce your first name correctly. It's not Kara, although it's spelled K-A-R-A, but it is
Kira
Roopsing, Heritage Preservation and Research Officer. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
How are you all this morning?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am not too bad at all. I'm excited to talk about this initiative. Let's start with you, Ms. Roopsing, from the Heritage Preservation and Research Officer position. What is happening with the National Trust?
So the National Trust, for the third year in a row, is hosting U.S. ICMOS interns. So ICMOS is the International Council on Monuments and Sites, and the U.S. chapter has this international exchange program. And this year we have two interns, Stephanie and Eric, who are working on the Kings Wharf area in San Fernando, and we're calling it the Plaza San Carlos Heritage District.
And what exactly is taking place there? What are you doing?
So they're working on getting dossiers created as well as standards and guidelines. So dossiers are part of the listing process for heritage sites. So the National Trust is the state organization under the Ministry of Planning and Development responsible for listing heritage sites in Trinidad and Tobago. And in order to get it to that legally protected status, we have to have dossiers, which is a comprehensive document on the site, the history, architectural features, special interest features, and all of that documented. And that's what Stephanie and Eric are here to do.
Stephanie, how are you going about doing this? What is the plan?
Well, some of the things we've been doing is site visits to San Fernando, where we've been measuring some of the buildings. We've got 7 sites there that would be included in the Heritage District. A few of them are the Fish Market, Happy Corner Hotel and Bar, and Rodriguez Building. So we're going in, we're measuring these buildings, having a as close to accurate measured drawings to be part of the dossier, and then we've visited the archives to try and figure out the history of these buildings.
How did you come to being involved in this project and here in Trinidad and Tobago?
Well, as like Kara said, we've come through US ICMOS, the International Exchange Program. I have a background in historic preservation that started in my undergraduate degree and then progressed through my master's program in Tulane University.
What have you done so far in terms of research?
For the district, we have gone through historic newspapers, different books. I've gone through something called yearbooks, which is like a comprehensive almanac of the things that have been happening, not just in San Fernando, but also Port of Spain, all these different sources, all these archival sources, and different books like Michael Anthony's Ana Parima book, all give us information on the things that were happening in the past.
So some exciting stuff. How do you feel about this project, and why San Fernando at Kings Wharf?
So I'm actually really excited about this project, and we have a presentation that they will be presenting their findings on Thursday, which is tomorrow, at San Fernando Regional Corporation at City Hall. And it's going to be at 4:30. It's open to the public. It's free. Just call us and RSVP. Let us know you'll be there. And their project, it's really exciting because for the first 2 years we've had interns. They've been both in Port of Spain. So the first thing we did was Woodford Square Heritage District, then we studied the St. James Police Barracks, and this way we brought it to San Fernando. And the mayor, especially of San Fernando, is really on board and really supportive to have and excited to have a project in San Fernando.
So, I mean, a lot of people in San Fernando would be happy about this initiative. How long do you think that this project will take?
Well, we've came here in the beginning of June, and we are almost complete as we have our presentation tomorrow.
And then that's it?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
So tell me about that journey from June to now, and anything interesting that you found. What stood out to you?
I think what stood out to me most is a woman named Elvira Glasson. She owned multiple properties in the wharf area and is the previous owner of 2 of the buildings that we will be talking about in the lecture tomorrow, which would be Happy Corner and the general stores.
Interesting. I feel like I want to be there to hear what is happening, to see what is on the agenda with this presentation, because I remember I went to school not too far from there, and I was always at Kings Wharf to get the PTSC bus because that is where they have the terminal. So it's always been fascinating. You know, first of all, how did they come up with King's Wharf? Like, were you able to get an understanding of the naming of these places?
I do know the name of Plaza San Carlos because it came from when the Spanish were there. They set up a square and they named it Plaza San Carlos after the infant prince of Spain. King's Wharf, the name itself, I'm not entirely sure.
Do you know how they came up with King's Wharf?
I'm not sure.
No,
but
neither me.
Might be from the monarchy again.
Probably, and that is why we all know it as the wharf, simply the wharf down there in San Fernando at the PTSC area. Tell me about the event tomorrow again.
So it's at the San Fernando City Hall Auditorium. It's at 4:30 sharp, and they will be presenting their findings as well as some standards and guidelines, their proposed guidelines for the district, because the district has to be maintained somehow. So they will be giving some proposed suggestions for that.
And okay, so you get the suggestions, and then what?
And then we take it we'll actually be presenting it tomorrow to Town and Country Planning Division, and hopefully they will take it further and make it into policy.
Oh, so you see, Carrie is a South boy, so Carrie has a very good knowledge about King's Wharf and that area down there. Carrie, what do you think about this initiative?
I think it is a great initiative because, again, there's so many of the buildings and structures and even areas that are rooted deep in our history, and they should be preserved in some way or form because we don't want to lose these priceless artifacts and structures that would have contributed to our culture in some way or form. You know, so this initiative I'd say is a really good one.
Yeah, and the thing is, I've been down there a lot, and to me some of the buildings, I don't know if that has been upgraded yet, but you know, they look a bit dilapidated. I mean, how are we going to preserve those buildings?
Well, they do need a little TLC. That's
a little bit. Yeah, they do need some.
The first step is getting that analysis done, getting that dossier done, and seeing what type of work needs to be done, and then taking that forward.
Yeah. So some exciting things happening for San Fernando. Stephanie Brisita, US intern, thank you very much for coming on, sharing some of the work that you are doing. What next for you after this?
Well, I'm going to be going back home, and I'm trying to get a job in New York.
And then you come back to Trinidad to see how things are going?
Yes.
You like Trinidad?
Yes.
You do?
God. Yes.
And so definitely going to come back again.
Did you just say carnival?
Yes.
Yeah.
This is the first time I've been in Trinidad.
Right.
Really?
Yes.
And you need to come back for the carnival season.
You visited like the beaches, and as Carrie said, like come back for carnival and stuff.
Yes, I have visited some of the beaches, Maracas, which was beautiful. We went to Matura to see the turtles laying eggs, which was really beautiful. And I've come to love doubles. Slight
pepper. Well, I guess a lot of Trinidadians, you know, we love our doubles, and hopefully you can take back a few for your friends and come back to Trinidad for Carnival next year. Stephanie Brisita, US intern, and Kira Rupsing, Heritage Preservation and Research Officer at the National Trust of Trinidad and Tobago. Thank you both so very much for joining us this morning. It was a pleasure having you all, and we look forward to hearing more from both of you and, you know, the National Trust. All right?
Yes.
We take a break and come back soon.